Okay, welcome to Get High and Preach. Um, we're actually going to do some preaching tonight. So if you don't want to hear it, it's cool. Just, I don't know, hit the like button and move on. Anyway, I use the Hebrew Greek Study Bible. This one is the older version. The newer version has all of it in there. Strong's Concordance, everything. This has the Greek and Hebrew. Anyway, no, I don't read and speak Greek and Hebrew, but that would be the one thing that I would ask God for if I could. We're going to talk briefly about Jesus in the desert, the devil's temptation. Do you know the arrogance that the enemy had? That's what I can't get it through my mind, is that when he said, if you are the Son of God, okay? He obviously knew who he was speaking to. But did he have the arrogance to believe that he could create doubt in God's own mind of who he is? And that's, if you're not following Christ, that's who you're following. Okay? Someone that believed that he could create doubt in the mind of our Creator, the creator of doubt. So, we're going to talk about that little desert visit real quick. When Yeshua was tempted, 40 days, 40 nights, didn't eat and drink. Well, I don't know if he drank. You would die. I have no idea, but he didn't eat food for 40 days. And yes, it is possible. I personally know someone's name. I'm not going to give her name out, but I personally know someone who did it. Wow. I didn't even realize that, but her name is the same name as someone else that's close to me. Anyway, so he said to Jesus, he said, if you are the Son of God, hold on, man, that is the kind of arrogance and pride that he carries with him. That's his baggage. How are you still proud when your body was completely destroyed and burned up from the middle outward? That is a specific reason for that, because from the heart out, it burned up. His solid gold covering, the precious stones that were embedded into his wings, and the musical instruments that were built right into him. His whole body's burned. Now his spirit, and he's angry. And he knows that the time is growing short, so he conditioned us for 100 years to just readily accept any demonic trash that's put on our plate. I listen to Korn. I listen to Highly Suspect and Marilyn Manson sometimes. Yes, it is crazy. There's no doubt about it. Those songs create a girl. She's angry at that bone. It's like it offended her. It said something about her mother. Your mother only had 7 puppies, bitch. She's a female dog, so she's a bitch. Anyhow, so he says to him, make that loaf of bread, that stone over there. If you're the Son of God, make it into a loaf of bread. Jesus said, look, man don't live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds from the mouth of Almighty God. And then he tempted him up on the temple. If you are the Son of God, it is written, he said, cast yourself down. For it is written that Elohim's angels will hold you up lest you dash your foot against a stone. I've read versions where it says you will not abrase your toe. So he said, no. He said, what did he say? He said, do not put the Lord thy God to the test. Okay, then he took him up to the pinnacle. No, he took him up to the high mountain, said that. Then he took him to the high point on the temple and showed him all the riches of the world. And that was something very, I guess he was trying to provoke Jesus into some kind of a fight, which would have canceled out the crucifixion coming. I don't know, personally, I don't know if that would have canceled out the crucifixion. I can't say that, but that was his motives. That was his desire, of course. He knew what was coming. So, he says, no, he says that I will give you all these riches if you just bow down and worship me right now. Trying to offer Jesus some kind of a shortcut to what was already his anyway, which is ridiculous. But that is the arrogance and the pride of the foolish one that you serve. If you're not serving Christ, you're serving him. Anyway, Yeshua said that you will worship the Lord thy God and only the Lord thy God. Personally, I take it as those three shots were Jesus telling Satan to his face that I am your God and you will serve me. So, moving right along, there was another reason why Jesus didn't turn that stone into a piece of bread. Well, because as we know, the angels came and ministered, but what you didn't know was right before the 40th day was up, Jesus called and told them to bring him Pizza Hut. So he didn't have to change that stone into bread because he had Pizza Hut delivery. So I hear it was anchovies and pepperoni. No, I don't know that. Of course I don't know that. Don't be silly. Just trying to make a little light-hearted joke. We were talking about Paul being shackled and manacled, and I didn't realize, of course, that back the Roman centurions, when there was an important prisoner like Paul and Peter, they were placed in between two guards and shackled to both of the guards. Even she stopped. Even my dog stopped chewing the bone. There's something going on out here. Go home. Look, there is some real stuff going down out here, okay? My daughter was here today and she heard it herself. But nighttime, it gets really bad. Is something here, okay? Something is going on in here. Something is just banging around something. I'm talking rattling it like. That's me doing that. But at nighttime, there's no doubt about the footsteps walking around here. So, anyway, and those weren't the kind and friendly shackles that we have today. They were manacles. They were these cast iron, twisty things that were meant to ruin your ability to run away, even if you were managed to get out of it. Please no. Look, I'm gonna have to do a part 2 on this one. But I'm telling you here, live on recording, I don't know what was just going on in here. But so far, it has been the most, probably the strongest paranormal activity that I have experienced here so far. Is just right now. I am a little afraid, but not because, just because the fact that they can come in here is enough for me. Anyway, long story short, we were talking about, and there was a woman who was beaten, her hands were smashed. I'm pretty sure I saw pictures of her hands. I'm pretty sure I saw a picture of her in China. And we were talking about, here's the facts, that in our prison system, there's pretty much one spot to hide your stuff, and that's in your butt. Okay? Personally, this is my own belief. I'm putting it out there because I can, and that's the only reason. Personally, I don't believe that you're a convict. You're not doing time unless you're carrying some kind of contraband. All right, and well, it's usually in your butt. They call that your prison wallet. I don't know. Sit still. Over in China and communist countries, they carry Bible pages. All right, our prisoners carry dope. Theirs carry scriptures. Because if you're caught with it, you're going to be tortured. You may be killed. But they're definitely more important to those people than anything else is the fact that they will confiscate it and destroy it. So individuals carry pages around so that if they're caught, not all of it's taken at once. And all around the world, communist countries are savagely abusing Christians. And it's not just Christians, Muslims, Buddhists. I am a politically correct Christian as far as you do have the right to choose to worship whoever, whatever you want. But you're going to answer for what you believe in. And if you have any doubt whatsoever, I'm going to encourage your doubt. Both ways. Investigate what I'm saying. I'm cool with that. Okay. Singing songs. Look, I'm telling you right now. Look for part 2. Don't sing praise songs out of those books with the word Satan in it. Don't do it. Because why? We're drawing just a little bit of attention away from the praise that we're giving to the Father, and that is not acceptable. Saying that word in a praise song to the Father isn't right. If you don't like it, that's okay with me. So that's what I wanted to talk about. I didn't have a pen this morning, so I had to use the phone. So let me tell you guys something. Whatever is in here is strong enough to have me ready to call the police. It sounds so much noise and activity is happening out there right now. It could be rodents. It could be rats. That's an absolute possibility. But whatever's going on in here, it happened a little while ago, strong enough to cause my dog to stop savagely destroying that bone. Anyhow, if you know Christ, God bless you. If you don't, you're going to hell. Point blank. There's two choices. There's hell or Jesus. You decide, please. Please decide. Please make the right decision. If you don't, it's cool. Hopefully you will get the opportunity when the enemy shows up at our doorstep with his army. They're building them now. They're building robot soldiers that are programmed to kill. They can kill. They have facial recognition software that goes through a feather mask, dude. So you're not getting away. Those robots, they can program to kill a specific person and send them out into the streets. So, kids, don't use drugs. This has been Get High and Preach. I am Sahul Kohanim, signing off.